On a eu l'astronome Martianus Capella. Bon, ils portent des noms en latin parce que c'était l'époque, hein, mais ils sont bien de Nauroche. Hein. C'est comme nous maintenant, comme on est d'époque arabo-musulmane, on s'appelle Mohamed Ali. Ça ne veut pas dire que nous sommes arabes. Donc, à l'époque, ils avaient des noms latins, mais ça ne voulait pas dire qu'ils sont latins.
Martianus Capella, au IVe siècle de notre ère, équilibré de tous les arts libéraux à son œuvre, les noces de philologie et de Mercure. Ce livre a en effet été l'encyclopédie la plus utilisée durant le Moyen Âge. C'était un traitement complet de tous les arts libéraux. Les arts libéraux dans ce livre se présentent comme ces demoiselles d'honneur, ce sont les figures allégoriques. Et ainsi par rapport au trivium et le quadrivium. Le trivium signifie le trois chemins ou trois matières d'études en latin, se consacre du pouvoir de la langue. Et plus précisément, il s'agit de l'expression, le raisonnement, la persuasion et séduction. Le concept de trivium se compose de grammaire, dialectique et rhétorique. Le quadrivium, soit le quatre chemins ou quatre matières au-delà du trivium, concerne le pouvoir des nombres et d'une première maîtrise des sciences ou disciplines mathématisables, à savoir l'arithmétique, la musique, la géométrie et l'astronomie. Dans le cadre du néoplatonisme, l'arithmétique était considérée comme la science la plus importante. Boethius croyait que l'arithmétique correspondait à l'établissement de la raison divine. Au début du Moyen Âge, le penseur envisageait l'application de la pratique antique à l'éducation des théologiens et philosophes.
The liberal arts, and then kind of moving forward, this idea of a liberal arts curriculum then is further defined really at the end of the classical period. So, in the waning days of Roman culture, we have the late pagan writer Martianus Capella there in the 5th century, so in the 400s in the Common Era. He's the person who comes up with the classic scheme of the 7 liberal arts, which some of you have probably heard of before. And then we'll also give a brief shout out, you might say, to Boethius, a Christian writer in.
So going back to the 5th century, the idea of the liberal arts being 7 in number can be attributed to Martianus Capella, who wrote around AD 410 and 420. He wrote a work called the De Nuptiis Philologiae et Mercurii, on the marriage of philology and Mercury, which is sometimes called De Septem Disciplinis, on the 7 disciplines, and these would be the 7 liberal arts. And this was an encyclopedic work that features allegorical depictions of the 7 liberal arts. It was a work that was highly influential throughout the Middle Ages, especially on artists and architects. So if you were to travel throughout Europe and look at some of the cathedrals, or you were to look at medieval manuscripts, you would often find depictions of these 7 liberal arts based on the model of Martianus.
And we are going to be talking about why is Martianus Capella important to rhetorical theory. So just a quick brief of what we're going to be discussing. So number 1 is we're going to be discussing who Martianus Capella is. Second is why is Capella important to rhetorical theory. And the third one is the significance of Capella's trivium and quadrivium. So who is Martianus Capella? So during the Middle Ages, rhetoric was an important figure for modern scholars in order for them to have a better understanding of what they were taught. So basically, Martianus Capella was a teacher and rhetorician in the early 5th century. So Martianus Capella wrote De Nuptiis Philologiae Mercury. And basically this book became a foundation of the medieval curriculum of the Trivium and Quadrivium.
Let's focus first on Martianus Capella, who's roughly a contemporary of Augustine himself. We don't really know his birth and death dates. We just know when he was writing, about 410 to 429. But he was a precursor of these guys in several ways.